are tens of thousands of combatants that are combing the region, and there are still some terrorists there. At least that's our assessment. We did have events over the past 24 hours. There was one significant event at the Zikim beach with 5 terrorists. 3 of them were killed and 2 additional terrorists. We will follow up on that soon and give you a report about these 2 terrorists. Anyhow, this event is under complete control of the IDF. The IDF forces killed the terrorists, and I will give you indication whether we have finished off this event. It's still an ongoing, evolving event. That's it regarding the Gaza border region. Another point I'd like to address regarding the Gaza border and the communities there. We realized over the past 24 hours that all the towns, villages, and cities that are adjacent to the border, we must provide some response for them. The Southern Command, under Major General in Reserves Yossi Bacha, who is in the Southern Command, has concentrated 24 senior IDF officers, Major Generals in Reserves, and other senior officials from the Israeli security establishment, and appointed each of them. This is all orchestrated by Miki Edelstein, Major General Miki Edelstein, under Yossi Bacha. And every kibbutz, every community, every town will receive an individual responsible for them and their needs. And in addition, we will pass that on to every place. It's important to have one name, one address, and this will be published later on the IDF website so that you know who the people in charge are. That's regarding the Gaza border communities. I'd like to once again talk about Gaza and what had happened today in Gaza. We continued with the assaults. We continued with the assaults throughout the day. The Air Force has been attacking in regions. These regions that are being attacked are terror regions, and the rationale behind these assaults is to target anything that serves the infrastructure for the Hamas organization, because we would like to break apart and dismantle its infrastructure. There is already a major achievement with respect to Hamas's control on the ground, because on the ground, Hamas is finding it very difficult to function as a sovereign entity. The population in great numbers of hundreds of thousands, some of them are already in shelters, and there's quite significant damage in the area of the city of Gaza, in many neighborhoods and areas, Beit Hanun, Jebalia, Rimal, Furkan. A lot of neighborhoods have been hit. These neighborhoods include terrorist compounds, and we had indications either regarding senior Hamas operatives that are there, or these are places where they gathered in order to launch an assault, or there are various infrastructures there that serve the Hamas. Right now, the operational capability of Hamas as an organization has been significantly impacted over this past 24 hours. Now I'd like to move on to the Northern Command. And we in the Northern Command, we are at a very high level of preparedness and alertness. There are a lot of forces on the ground, a lot of forces in all of the communities. There are various air forces, fighter jets, UAVs, whatever is needed in order to safeguard this region is given to the Northern Command in order to provide a response to whatever might evolve. Now, there was one event yesterday at 10:30 p.m. in the southern Golan Heights, in which a Palestinian unit made some launches, and then it was targeted by the IDF in the region from where they launched these attacks. That's the Northern Command, that's the war arena, and the main area, the main focus of the fighting is in Gaza. But I want you to know that the IDF is highly prepared in all the regions, in the south, in the north, in the center command as well. Let me emphasize there's a high presence of forces in the various roads and junctions. I'd like to ask everybody to listen and adhere to the instructions of the Homefront Command commander. We've also increased the number of weapons along with Israeli police. Wherever it was necessary in the communities, we will continue to do so. You can approach the IDF or contact the Israeli police. It'll take some time in the places where it hasn't happened yet, but it will all be completed in order to provide the security needed for the population. As for the issue of equipment, we keep getting calls. We're not feeling like everything is fine. No, but we can tell you that the IDF does have equipment, and that's the truth. Perhaps this is not happening in the speediest process of reaching the forces. We still need to improve. We're catching up. There are a lot of transfers to the field right now. Please continue to update us on the website. It helps us close the gaps, and we are discussing other issues of equipment. If there are any updates on this matter, I will update you either here or on the IDF website. As for the fatalities, IDF fatalities, there are 189 families whose loved ones were killed in action. And of course, we embrace the families. We embrace the families of all Israeli citizens who have been killed and murdered in the security events that have been unfolding since Saturday. And I would like to inform you that there are families of 60 individuals who have been abducted. We've updated the families, and the IDF is addressing this. So the State of Israel, Major General Lior Carmeli and Major General Nitzan Alon are in charge of that matter, and we will keep informing you tomorrow. Look, we of course have to do this with the greatest cautiousness and sensitivity. We are treading this fine line between speed and credibility, because I need to explain this. We must know if there are other people who are missing and we thought we were abducted, we need to first identify them before we inform the families. And of course, we treat this as highly sensitive, and wherever there's great urgency and a great distress, we've opened a hotline. I've informed you about this today, and I'm going to write about it in the website, and if necessary in the media. You can find it on our website. Anybody who has any kind of information or has witnessed some kind of an abduction scenario, please inform us, and we will make sure that it will be accessible to you through the TV channels in the Israeli media. This is the current situation with respect to the war. The Chief of General Staff was in the Southern Command today. It met the commander of the command. It met the various commanders. He saw the spirit of combat. He saw that they were prepared. We are making sure that we're preparing for the next stages of the war, that everything is ready, that we have plans, that we're going from one command to another, and seeing that the State of Israel is ready wherever it is being threatened. Right now, we're focusing on the south of Israel, in the Gaza border area, to cleanse the area, to make sure that there aren't any territories there, and to prepare the next steps required for war, whatever the government, and we, of course, are in full coordination with the government, the Prime Minister, the Minister of Defense, the Cabinet. There is now a Cabinet meeting going on. The Chief of General Staff is there. We'll receive their assessment, and we will do everything that's necessary, and the IDF will achieve all its assignments. And I'd like to ask all of you, please listen to the instructions of the Home Front Command verbatim. Even if there are problems, we'll take care of it. Please make sure that you adhere to them. Our defense systems are the best in the world, but what really saves lives is what you do, how you behave, and your responsibility, your resilience, which serves as a role model and helps us fight better. I will continue to update you continually twice a day, and if more is necessary, then we'll do it more often, and wherever an explanation is required, we will make sure that we're on air live. Good evening.
And if you want more great content like that from I-24 News, just hit the subscribe button. It's as easy as that.